green flag is in the air. Eric Jones in the 20, Daniel Suarez in the 18. Jones jumps out to the lead. Suarez running second. Right behind them, Kyle Larson in the 42.
You can see already, Rick, that this racetrack has multiple grooves. Taking off, you're going to want to be on the bottom because it's the fastest way, shortest way around the racetrack. But in just a few laps, you're going to move up the racetrack looking for grip.
Oh, as the 42 gets into the wall.
Slides into the wall.
Half back down bottom.
Right rear quarter panel for sure hit.
Yeah, right side damage. It's going to be right rear back. I don't think you got it with the front. I'll take a good look here.
So the spotter's going to be looking closely to see how much damage was done, but we've mentioned many times Kyle Larson runs right up against the wall as much as he can. That car broke loose. Got into the wall.
It's not that bad.
Well, certainly you can see the right rear quarter panel is scuffed up a little bit, but the spoiler seems to be intact, Steve, and the bumper doesn't seem to be moved over.
Well, and he goes right back to the top of 1 and 2 here on the final lap of stage 1. So that contact definitely hasn't discouraged him using the top of the racetrack.
Last 2 starts at this racetrack, Eric Jones ended up in victory lane. Well, he's continuing his winning ways. He'll win stage 1 from Chicagoland. Eric Jones, Cole Custer, back to racing. Three wide going into 1.
Cole Custer taking the fight straight to Eric Jones.
Well, as we talk about Xfinity regulars and championship hopefuls, we talk a lot about junior motorsports, but Cole Custer has really shown a lot of depth this season at different racetracks, but really on the 1.5 miles. He's second in the entire series for basically average points at a 1.5 miles. The only one better is William Byron, as we see the 18 up the racetrack.
Daniel Suarez, looks like that might have got a little bit loose on him, had to chase it up the track. Did it right in front of Ryan Blaney. Blaney's taking advantage of going by, as so is Elliott Sadler. Darrell Walsh Jr. was 4th in the point standings when the team really just ran out of funding and couldn't continue on.
Yeah, and that's why I think this is bittersweet. I think he wants to come here and prove that he belongs. He went and got a 1-race truck deal at Michigan, won that truck race. Has run a little bit of cup races in the 43 car. We're hearing out of that 43 in that RPM camp that perhaps that might be his opportunity as the end of stage 2 comes to a close.
And it was a large margin of victory there for Eric Jones that time. Eric Jones had a 2-second lead over Cole Custer this time around. Eric Jones caught for speeding on pit road.
And also remember the 22 car, he was also penalized for speeding. He was in 3rd place. So our leader in the 3rd place, guys, penalized for speeding. Got to go to the back.
It's going to be Cole Custer and Daniel Suarez who will make up row number 1 as the field approaches the Geico restart zone. Up through the gears once again. A little bit of help for Cole Custer. The one of Elliott Sadler on the back bumper giving a little bit of a shove as they go into turn 1. He hasn't been able to figure out the exact line that will get him in front of that 00. Maybe here as he dives to the bottom of the racetrack, but just gets a little bit loose as he was going by the 14, not able to clear the 00.
Yeah, but he gained a lot of track position, so that's the game, is you're just trying to eat away at that lead to be able to get close enough to be able to drive in deeper and kind of slide job your way in front of the guy in front of you.
That's the key, the slide job. I think that's what he's looking for down into turn 3. Jeff, enter low, slide up in front of the 00 and take it away, take that line away. I think he's close enough here. Can he enter hard enough on the bottom to take the spot?
He's going to try it. Here he goes to the bottom of the track. Just gets to the door, though. Doesn't have him cleared yet. Will he move up the track in front of him? No, he doesn't have enough room.
And Cole Custer is going to have the preferred lane. So now that Kyle Larson is beside him, now his angle of attack is messed up getting into turn 1.
Will he try the same move, the slide move? He gets in front of him. He goes up the racetrack. Cole Custer dives off the top of the track, and the 42 is going to hang on to the lead. Here comes the 00 back again, though.
Great job by Cole Custer. Anticipated and understand what Larson was going to do. Larson was going to overdrive the entry, get way slow in the middle of the corner. That allowed Custer to be in the throttle, turn left, and clear him again on the crossover.
Kyle Larson, after a very impressive battle between Larson and Cole Custer, Kyle Larson was able to take the lead away. And let's take a look at how it happened. Maybe a little bit loose out of the 00.
Yeah, the 00 got way loose in the middle of the corner, and the 42 of Larson did not, and just got so much momentum built down the back straightaway that he has that momentum going the right direction and is able to drive in the corner with enough speed. Kind of the same thing that happened earlier, but now because he had that momentum, he never had to slow down quite as much. Cole Custer tried that same move. 42, just too much speed. Now he's got the preferred lane and was able to hold off the 00.
How about Larson, though? He chased the 00 all the way to the grass to get that little bit of side draft.
.33 of Brandon Jones looked as though he was thinking very seriously about coming to pit road, and it didn't work out. And so very slow on the racetrack and coming out of turn 4. The field coming behind him quickly. Take a look as he's sliding, trying to break it down.
Yeah, he had pitted on lap 142, and now he was in 13th position. So I just think it got away from him. I think he was running that high line and just trying to make it work, and got real loose and spun it out. Kyle Larson picked the bottom. That gives Custer the top. Custer has to get a good launch right here. If he can enter side by side, then he can side draft the 42, but he's got to get a launch to make it work.
Stay next to him and pin him down on the bottom, but it's going to be tough to do as organized as the 42 and the 22 are on the bottom lane. You see that huge push by Ryan Blaney.
Yeah, Ryan Blaney wasn't having any of that. Great job with pushing.
Here comes Cole Custer, trying to get that outside line going as he gets to the back bumper of the 42. Ryan Blaney on the inside of Kyle Larson, though, as they enter turn 3. Blaney going for the lead, and he'll take it away from the 42 and the 00.
And don't look now, but you're on board with Eric Jones, who also is going to clear the 42 getting into turn 1, try to chase down the 22 of Ryan Blaney.
Daniel Suarez in the 18, sliding just at the entrance to pit road, and around he goes. Question is, what happened? 21 to go. Look at that slide. He was already in through the middle of the turn.
It's a nice job. When he corrected it, shot up the racetrack, Jeff, I think the option were spin out or hit the outside wall. He chose the lesser of the two evils, spun to the bottom of the racetrack.
Yeah, the guys behind him, they were certainly hoping he was going to stay on the bottom of the racetrack.
The 20 of Eric Jones. Remember, Dave Burns reported earlier that he does not have a tach. There is no speedometer in these cars. The drivers use the tachometer to check pit road speed. So here he is. He pulls out of his pit stall, and he's going down with no one in front of him, no one to gauge his speed. So he's doing a very nice job. I don't know if it's just by a guess or by memory. He did not speed, won the race off pit road. The 42 who you saw trying to pass him, Rick, too fast on pit road.
Speeding, exiting pit road. So the 42 of Kyle Larson, who was right there in contention, now with less than 16 laps to go, definitely in a hole. 2 Cup drivers up front, and then after that it's a slew of Xfinity Series drivers right behind them. Green flag back in the air. Justin Allgaier all the way to the grass, making the pass for the lead on the inside. What a restart. And now the 20 and the 22 make contact. The 22 into the wall.
5, no caution.
Smoke rolling out from underneath the 22. A lot of tire rub there for Ryan Blaney. Allgaier out front. Elliott Sadler running second.
And think about this, 2 Xfinity regulars. Remember, we're not in the playoff yet. 5 playoff points on the line. Justin Allgaier trying to get another win this season, increase his playoff point total. Elliott Sadler in the 1 trying to find his first win of the season. I wondered how long it was going to take to get off the bottom of the racetrack. The 7, I think, is still committed because he has the choice. Elliott Sadler, Jeff.
Around goes the 16. Ryan Reed sliding as he came out of turn 2. Caution comes out.
You're good.
Always scary when driver's side door is facing the oncoming traffic as he came out of turn 2.
And running in the 5th position, Rick, was having a really nice run.
Let's take another look at what happened to Ryan Reed in the 16.
Just underneath Bubba Wallace and entered the corner. Didn't have any air on the side of his car. Got loose. The left front got on the apron because he was loose and just chasing up the racetrack and getting into the side of the 98.
Justin Allgaier will start on the inside. Elliott Sadler will be on the outside in row 1. Behind them, Austin Dillon and Eric Jones coming back into the Geico restart zone. Great restart for Justin Allgaier. Eric Jones working that outside line. He'll take second away.
Well, you mentioned it. The 7 of Allgaier got a great start. Well, he's going to need it. Here comes Eric Jones. Already led 95 laps today, trying to go for the lead with 7 to go.
How about Daniel Hemrick in the 21 has moved his way up into the 3rd spot.
Restart violation in your mirrors.
Yeah, I think, look, Eric Jones, he made a very aggressive move. I'm not so sure he didn't change lanes before the start-finish line. And NASCAR's looking at it.
They're looking at a restart violation for the 20 of Eric Jones. You mentioned you cannot change lanes until you get to the start-finish line. We're going to take another look, but that's what they're claiming. The 20 of Eric Jones changed lanes before he got to the start-finish line.
So in Rick, in NASCAR racing, you cannot change lanes prior to the start-finish line, and clearly there it is. I mean, it's no arguing. I understand Eric Jones probably doesn't think he did because in the heat of the moment, but there it is in slow motion. It's pretty clear he changed lanes.
At the line. There's no way.
Allgaier looking for his 5th career win in the Xfinity Series and the momentum that is going to propel him to a potential championship in the Xfinity Series. Justin Allgaier, after being relatively quiet throughout the major part of this race, is the loudest at the end. Justin Allgaier wins at Chicagoland.
Who is that? All these brand people, I hope they're ready to cause a party, because this is awesome.
Guys, unbelievable. The hometown kid, Justin Allgaier from Riverton, Illinois, brings home the win today. How in the world did you do that, the dive for the grass?
I have no idea, man. First of all, huge thanks to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. This is, it's incredible, man. I've been fortunate enough to go to Victory Lane here before, but it was on fuel mileage. And today, these guys did an awesome job. I can't thank everybody at Junior Motorsports enough. My team, the 7 team, did a great job. To have the branch stretch, to have all those folks down there in turn 3 and 4 and up here in the grandstands, there's nothing cooler than winning at home. And you fans, you guys are awesome. Hopefully everybody at home had a great time watching it, man. That was a lot of fun.